break tonight to tell you about in the death of a North Texas teen. It was supposed to be a fun day of fishing for 3 young men at Lake Ray Hubbard. Instead, it turned deadly after the group jumped in to swim, and 18-year-old Daniel Irving never resurfaced. Now, months later, police have arrested a 19-year-old they say tried to cover up and hide what actually happened that day. Fox 4's Alex Boyer picks up our top story from there.
According to Dallas police, text messages prove that the victim and suspect knew each other and had made plans to meet up and go to a lake back in April. Now, the victim, Daniel Irving, never came home. His mom reported him missing. It wasn't until nearly 3 months after his body was recovered that police have made an arrest in connection to the case.
19-year-old Lucas Roper is accused of tampering with evidence in connection to the drowning death of 18-year-old Daniel Irving in Lake Ray Hubbard back in April. Irving's body was discovered on April 17th, 4 days after he is believed to have drowned. Irving had reportedly gone to the lake with Roper and a juvenile suspect to swim and go fishing. Days after his body was recovered, Irving's family held this news conference demanding answers.
What do we want? Justice for Daniel Irving. When do we want it? Now.
Irving's family said then that they wanted a full and transparent investigation. On July 9th, Roper was arrested by Dallas police on 1 count of tampering with physical evidence. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, Roper was interviewed by detectives after Irving's body was found. Roper told police after the 3 of them had jumped into the lake from the railroad track bridge, Irving drowned and Roper panicked. Instead of calling 911, the affidavit states Roper told investigators he deleted all communication with Daniel Irving from his cell phone, adding that Roper confirmed he was aware that there would be an investigation into Daniel Irving's death and he did not want to get into trouble, and states Roper threw Daniel Irving's clothes in the tree line as they fled the location. The juvenile suspect also told investigators he admitted he threw Daniel Irving's cell phone from the vehicle after suspect Roper told him to.
We, the family, are deeply inclined these individuals intended on no one looking for Daniel. Fighting for Daniel, advocating for Daniel.
Irving's siblings said his young life was full of promise.
He had just begun his recruitment to the U.S. Army. He was trained with discipline. He carried himself with a purpose. He believed in building a life of service.
This has been tough on our family. Daniel was our protector, and I have nothing but good things to say about him. He was a good kid, and he just didn't deserve that.
Roper was booked into the Dallas County Jail. I can tell you that his bond has been set at $10,000. Now, we don't know the status of the juvenile suspect. Because he is a minor, Dallas police are not releasing any additional information. Reporting at Dallas Police Headquarters, Alex Boyer, Fox 4 News.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, we give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Kwakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, shalom to mighty Akim, Wakwati, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this one of captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawaka coming with another lesson. Today's lesson, I want to get into, because this is something that me personally, I've never, okay, so let me correct myself. I've never struggled with this personally. There are certain things that, yeah, maybe when I was younger, like I wanted to go do something, I wanted to go see something or whatever the fuck. All right, obviously, yeah, there are certain things that maybe I want to interact with certain people or that type of stuff. But for me personally, again, this isn't even about me, and I can call I'm able to say this from a mostly unhypocritical perspective. Okay, call for that. Now the thing is that I see certain things, and there are certain things that I feel like people don't necessarily fully understand. All right, and what I mean by not fully understanding is that there is a complete disconnect from dangers and threats when it comes to I'm trying to think of the proper term. I don't know. I guess where, who, and what the dangers and threats are. Right? People, they think that, oh, this person is my friend. My friend would never betray me. But you know, the reality. And I'm saying this as an objective fact, and I've seen this from people all the time. The reality is that so many people, and this primarily, obviously this can apply to everyone, but this primarily locks onto Jake, because Jake will think, oh yeah, I'm cool with all these people. I got some white friends, I got some Asian friends, I got some black friends, I got friends everywhere from all different things, Indian friends, whatever. But then you will never understand how, especially in this day and age, in this time, that your friendship, it can be bought. Your friendship, it was temporary. Your friendship, it was conditional. It was whatever. And you have these people that are actually, that may act like they're cool with you, your friends or whatever, but then they go behind your back and backstab you. They go behind your back and murder you or whatever. Just as we've seen with this, and this isn't even the first time I've where's the one with the dudes side by side? This isn't even the first time I did something like this. Whatever. This isn't even the first time I did something like this where Jake went hanging out with these Edomites, with his Edomite friends, just to be backstabbed, just to be killed, just to be murdered, just to have some shit happen to them, right? Like, this is something that just, like, it just keeps on happening. And I did a video on this. I said this, and even there were other people that were saying, like, hey, yo, you need to stay away. No, there wasn't even an Edomite woman that was saying stay away from being the only black person in an all white friend group. Like, they were basically saying that they were basically warning you, and Edomite was warning you of that shit. All right, it's like, how are you going to just ignore that? All right, how are you going to just pretend like that doesn't mean anything? All right, is this it? Yes, this is it. This is it.
Protesting for
so this was the first one, and then this was the one that actually just. No, let me let you hear what this woman has to say first, because this is good.
Listen, we're not marching or protesting for our people who go off and are the only black person, and they go off with a bunch of white people and they come up missing. We're not protesting for y'all no more. We don't, listen, your mammies know, your pappies know, whoever your guardian, they know better. But since they want to live in this illusion and sing your ass out there and sheep amongst the wolves, we ain't finna waste our energy, because we done told you, we done told you, listen, we done told you.
And again, like, this is literally what I was saying. Like, you have all the information. You know from past history, like, yeah, this type of shit happened. And again, there was another, I said this in my previous video, where there was this one, Jake, it was like an Eve, she had went to a white girl's house where it was an all-white group, but she was the only black girl, and they live streamed beating her ass. All right. Now the next thing here, I want to get this, because I'm not gonna let the whole video play, of course, but let's just listen to some more. All right.
Bye, bitch, bye.
This is gonna be a hot take, and it's either gonna get me canceled or people are gonna be like, "You're right." So here we go. I'm just gonna say it. black people have got to stop hanging out in groups of white people. And I mean, if you're gonna be the only black person in that group, go home. Go home. Because these days, you just can't trust white people anymore. Obviously, it happens time and time again. You see one black person hanging out with their group of white fans, and they're like, "Oh, I've known these guys forever. We grew up with them. I'm the only white person in the high school or something like that." Especially down here in the South, okay? Down here in the South. Obviously, we realize that these pieces of crap, the white people, will turn on you.
And I literally said that. It's like you can say, "Oh, I've known them for years. Oh, I've known them since this. I've known that we've been cool since that," or whatever. And it's just like, okay, well, then, as you've known them for years, as known them for all this time, and then yet they still have the capability of going behind your back and stabbing you in it. Like, it's like, how many times you need to learn? How many more people need to die for you to be able to learn your lesson before it happens to you? All right, and this is not even to say that all people that look like white people are gonna do that. Obviously not. All right, but it does let you know, like, okay, hold on. So this is a red flag, or this is something that I should probably avoid doing. All right, because even then, as a matter of fact, this reminds me, one brother, elder brother, I believe it was MANASHAH, he said that at his job, he was friends with this one dude, not necessarily friends, but just acquaintances and stuff like that. He was just like, oh, the dude, every time he talked to this certain Edomite dude, he was like, oh yeah, we're cool and stuff like that, like, just keeping it professional. And the dude never said anything bad to him, but for the longest time, that one dude was going behind his back and trying to get him fired for no reason at all. Just for the reason that, I don't know, maybe some racism shit or whatever. But that just goes to show how you don't even have to do anything. But and that's the thing. Fuck it. I wish I had the video, but there's one video of this Jake basically saying Edomites are the most fake people ever because they push out one persona, one thing, one personality out in front, but behind closed doors, they're a completely different person. They try to make people seem, oh yeah, we're cool, we're this great people, we're not racist, we're this and the third. But then, when they get behind your back, Slucky, what the fuck is this? What is that? But then when they go behind your back, everything is, oh man, I hate that person. Oh, he's such a piece of shit. He's this and that. You know what he did? Like this and the X, Y, and Z. It's stuff like that. Like they have all these different things, and that's the fakeness of Babylon, yes, but primarily Esau, Edom. So again, that just goes to show, like, we need to distance ourselves from these evil, wicked devils. Let's hear one more person.
Got to teach your kids, especially your kids that are hanging out with rich white kids. That is not good. You gotta stop letting them hang out with rich white kids.
And stop it, because this again. Now he's making the point, rich white kids. Yes, I agree, but at the same time, it's just in general. Like, how is it that you are the only person, you are the only Jake in that group? Like, how did that happen? And sometimes you might actually be the only black person in their vicinity. Sometimes that does happen, absolutely. But again, it's still like, and this is what I'm trying to get at, because it goes back into the whole thing of tempting YAHAWASHI, which actually, let's get that precept before I continue. Matthew chapter 4, verse 5. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, If thou be the Son of Yahweh, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Yahawashi, verse 7, Yahawashi said unto him, It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Basically, what the devil said. The devil said he brought him to a high place, like the top of the thing. He said, jump down to attempt to kill yourself, and before you kill yourself, what's going to happen is that the angels are going to come and save you. So demonstrate your power, basically. Like that was basically what the devil was trying to get Yahawashi to do. But Yahawashi had answered and responded and saying that thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Basically, maybe that is true. Maybe that would happen, that if Yahawashi did jump off, all right, or maybe if he did jump off, he would have gotten saved, sure. But the difference there is that Yahawashi put himself into that position, because there's a difference between, okay, I'm jumping off, I'm putting myself in this dangerous position for Yahawadah to save me, when I could have just said, okay, well, I'm not going to jump off, I'm not going to put myself in danger for literally no reason, because there is nothing to gain from it. There was no reason, or not necessarily reason, but there was no necessity or need to doing that. You're just doing it to say, oh, I want Yahawadah to save me. It's kind of like what the fuck is that dumb bitch's name? I don't know if you've seen hold on, let me. Alright, whatever. Just basically, it's kind of like that damsel in distress type thing where they say, oh, if you love me, save me, this, that, and third, and stuff like that. That's basically the thing where you have absolutely no right to be doing that. And in simple terms, it's just like your love for Yahawadah should be in obedience, and you following through with not doing something, following through with I'm not going to put myself in danger because Yahawadah doesn't need me to do something fucking stupid, all right, as a result of that. So this is why I'm not going to do it, because there's no need for me to do that. We already know that, oh, Yahawadah loves me, I love Yahawadah, so I'm going to respect Yahawadah by not making him waste time and effort and energy in something that is just unnecessary. There was no need for it. And to take that a step further, in terms of this whole hanging out with friends, like, you are basically testing Yahawadah, because there is absolutely no reason. If you don't know, if you don't know the danger levels of something, why are you, especially with how this society and this kingdom is set up? This kingdom is set up to want you dead, and this kingdom is set up is not just to want you dead, but to put you in a bad situation where you're not where your life is in jeopardy of being ruined. So it's not just a matter of someone trying to kill you, but it's also a matter of someone trying to set you up. All right. So and that's the thing where as soon as an Edomite calls the cops on you just for being somewhere, which we've seen multiple times, where Edomite woman calls the cops on Jake at the mall or Jake at the park or something like that, and the cops go and harass the dude for doing nothing at all. All right, then that is a matter where your life is in danger. You could either be arrested, you could either be gunned down or something like that. Where again, it's just like, okay, so you because you know all these threats, because you know of all these dangers, why not just avoid going there altogether? Why not just avoid, the threat of harm, the threat of something, the threat of putting your life in danger altogether? Now, sometimes, yes, you're allowed to, and that's not even to say that, just stay your ass home all the time. Of course not. That's not what I'm saying. You're allowed to do things, of course, but it's like pick your battles, basically. Pick your battles. And sometimes sometimes there are certain things that are better, that would be better than others to do, rather than saying, okay, well, I'm going to go and do something, because that also ties into like how how men, they want to sleep with a woman or whatever, stuff like that. Like, there are these setups, right? You avoid doing that. You avoid getting with these women that say, oh yeah, I'm willing to let you do this or let you do that, whatever, and then it just ends up being, well, this was a honey pot, a honey trap, whatever the fuck the thing is called, for you to get backed, for you to get gunned down, robbed, or whatever, right? And there've been stuff like that where it's just like, okay, like, it comes to a point where you gotta like be a bit more careful, be a bit more selective, be a bit more cautious, rather than saying, oh, I'm gonna take any chance I get, whatever I want. It's just like, okay, does this not sound, or does a certain situation not sound a bit fishy, like a bit odd? Like, why is it that they want you in a position where you're so vulnerable, you're so easily taken advantage of, you're so easily like that? This type of stuff seems weird. Like, one example is like the honeypot trap thing. Like I said, like a woman invites you to her home, whatever, and stuff like that. It's like, okay, sure, like that sounds whatever, and then it's just like, okay, yeah, you expect that, oh, it's just gonna be you and her, but then, like, the whole thing with that stuff and stuff like that. It's like, and again, I mean, I might be bad at explaining this, so forgive me in that aspect, but my point, I think my point still stands. I think that most people do understand, if you're wise, if you have understanding in terms of like the dangers, in terms of like understanding and avoiding dangers, and of course you're going to understand. Though if you just want to do whatever you want, then you're just going to pretend and find any sort of excuse, because there is clearly a balance between, yeah, you're allowed to do certain things, and knowing what things you're allowed to do it comes with certain things, because it comes with experience and stuff like that. Because I'm not, again, I am struggling with the explanation, but I am still trying to let you know that it's a balance in the understanding. All right. Anyway, again, like, this man, or this Jake, said, oh yeah, I'm gonna go with my friend. My friend was this, that, and the third, whatever the fuck. And then you go to this. How the fuck did they get his clothes though? That's weird. Anyway, I wasn't thinking about it now, but it's just like, they said that they threw his clothes somewhere else or whatever, and it's just like, how the fuck did they get his clothes off? But anyway, yeah, that's just basically just how things are, where he had so much trust, he thought that they wouldn't do anything. They're just like, hey man, I was thinking about, why don't you go do this, or why don't you go stand right here under this this laser, all right, because we just want to check some stuff out. I mean, of course we're not gonna hurt you. It's like, you're good, you're gonna be fine, bro. It's okay, dude, like all that stuff. And then you're like, oh yeah, sure, I trust you, bro. You're my bro, man. You're so cool. You're so this big, bro. You're so this and whatever. And then lo and behold, dude gets killed. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, Slovakia, again, it's just like, it's kind of funny to me how Jake is just so trusting, right? And again, it goes back into that stuff. But the thing here, let's get this, John 15, verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world will love its own, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. And the reason why I'm bringing this out is because we have the privilege of knowing this. The Lord gave us the privilege of being aware of these types of stuff, and to be aware of this, of the threats that endanger our lives. But yet a lot of times, or Slakia, if you if you have this knowledge and you choose to ignore it, then it just like you cannot expect any sort of protection. Okay, that's the thing. That was what she was basically talking about, where she was saying that we told you how it is. We told you your parents, grandparents, all that shit. You know about all this stuff, but then, oh, well, would you fucking look at that? Multiple people was warning it. They said, "Hey,
well, what in the actual is going on down in Mississippi?" So listen, if you got a little time, let me walk you through this, because this I try to.
Everyone is saying it.
Stay out of it until you get all the details, but since they're circling the wagon and refusing to help authorities, I'm going to tell you what I think is going on. This picture right here, you will see Nolan and 4 of his friends that went on a boat party on July 4th. Only 4 of them returned without Nolan and his cell phone back to his mother. What the fuck? Claiming they haven't seen him since 3 p.m. These people right here remember seeing them partying and throwing beer cans and causing a ruckus and starting fights all the way up until 7:30 p.m. Do you mean to believe a friend of yours that you've known for years goes missing in Mississippi for hours and hours, and you not only don't look for him, but then you go home without him, without calling the cops, and you just bring his phone back to his mom, and then there's this video right here. Did you hear it? There is clearly an argument going on shore where they clearly say, you're not getting on the boat. Even though they didn't have time to call the police or start an investigation right away, plenty of time to deactivate all the social media, to mention these little parents are judges, doctors, and other high-ranking members of the community. Let me see if I can play out exactly.
You know what is so crazy? I muted the damn thing so you couldn't hear it. While I'm listening here, you're slocking.
Happened here. Noah goes out on the boat with 4 of his friends. There is some sort of argument on shore. If a fight ensued, took him back out on the boat. I allegedly believe they did something to him. Then came back to the same spot they were in, partied all the way past 7:30 p.m. Have witnesses saying he was there, remember. Then brought his belongings back to his mom. I hope I'm fucking wrong here, but things aren't adding up. None of it makes sense. None of it adds up to something benign happened. We all need to be saying is, not even if they didn't, each and every one of them for abandoning their friend, not even searching for him so that they could drink and party the rest of July 4th away. Be careful who you choose for friends. I promise you, the only way a snake can bite you is if it's right next to you. Rest in peace.
Hi guys, my name is Kelvin, and you're welcome back to the channel. There's a conversation happening online right now that I...
Legs.
With 2 broken legs.
Yeah, that happened too. That was last year. They claimed a kid with 2 broken legs hung himself. You white supremacists got another thing coming.
And again, it's white people. It's Edomites that are saying this shit. Alright? So this person says
is about his behavior. Why wasn't he on happening? In the video, he looks to be very calmly standing still looking at his buddies. And somehow, the conversation is about his behavior. Why wasn't he on the boat? Was he drinking? Was he going from one boat to another? Now, I'm going to give you a scenario. It's kind of morbid, so stick with me and trigger warning. If I show up dead, washed on a beach, my community of people where I was born are not going to go, well, how was Jake acting? Did he stay where he was supposed to? Did he start an argument with people? No, it's going to go, what the f***? We have someone that would kill people out here? Jake, I love that guy. He plays for the football team. I'm just putting myself in Nolan's shoes. Nolan plays for the team. He's friends with those people.
It's like they can't control themselves, bro.
I watched that video and I didn't find it funny at all. Because for one, I'm a black woman. For two, we have a different type of hair texture than any other race in the world. I asked him multiple times, no, please, no, I just got my hair done, please, no.
Like, do I need to go?
They still proceeded to pick her up, throw her in a pool of water, and laugh. And even when I opened up the comments to the video, people were still laughing and excusing the behavior. Well, she shouldn't have went to a pool party. Well, why would you go to the pool party? They discarded anything of them telling her, no, my hair. And this is the same situation I hate to compare to because one person just died. But watching a boy who went to Mississippi on a pool party, and the cell phone come back and his body didn't come back, it made me think of this video. You're a black person, surrounded by people that don't look like you. They don't care about anything going on. They didn't care about their hair. She's black. They don't have black hair. You think they care about his life? He's a black boy. These, Why can't you just swim?
Good job, Rob. Racist white people.
Wait, so hold on. It was in this video. There was two separate white groups. That group was saving another kid or some shit like that. Let's just see. It looks like the kid wasn't in the back before, and then when there was a jump cut, then he was in the back. Let's just make sense. Yeah, they went and saved him. So it's like, holy shit. Like, he better be lucky that the Lord sent these people there. But it's just like, these people are just, they don't have zero survival skills. They have negative 1,000 survival skills, because you're actively and willingly putting yourself, all right, in these positions to be murdered, all right. Like, this is what you're doing. This is not zero. This is negative 10, negative 100 survival skills, because you're putting yourself. It's like the opposite. It's like that. What's it called? What's that thing called? It's like, if you're in you wouldn't be the first one to run away in a horror movie. You wouldn't be the black person that got away in the horror movie. You wouldn't be the first black person killed in a horror movie. You'd be the dumbass that allows themselves to join in the horror movie that had absolutely nothing to do with you. You would put yourself in the horror movie when they're saying like, oh, well, we don't give a fuck about this black person, but because his dumbass wants to go and join in, feel included, then he's going to be killed, because what the fuck are you? You have no business being here. That's basically what, like, it's just dumb. It's actually just dumb. All right, so Slakia, like, this is the type of stuff that makes me like, you have negative brain cells. Now, John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. And we also get this, where is it? Here, Matthew 13 and 11, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So, YAHAWAH, he blessed you. He blessed some of us, okay, not all of us, but some of us with danger sense, with I'm just gonna call it spider sense, all right, to be the metaphorical spider sense, to be able to say, you know what, this is kind of dumb, I'm just gonna not go there. And it's like a lot of people, a lot of Jakes have been acting like the Edomites in these horror movies, where the opposite is true when it comes to horror movies, where people say that in horror movies white people are so dumb they go and put themselves in bad situations to die. Well, maybe sure, that's true, absolutely, when it comes to supernatural, paranormal, whatever. But when it comes to just real life situations, Jake is the dumbass that puts themselves in normal situations to be killed by regular people. Like, Jake is just inviting death onto themselves. All right. Romans 16 verse 18. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahawadah and MANASHAH with their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the heart of the simple. And Esau, what Esau is, Esau says these nice words, he says all these things, he makes all these promises, he makes friends with Jake, and it's through those good words, those soft, nice words. Oh yeah, I'm a Christian man. I'm this. I believe in fairness and all that stuff. Saying all these things where they think, oh yeah, I know my friend John or whatever. All right, he's such a great person. He's this and that. He's a Christian pastor and stuff like that. Oh, these people are high people in the community. They're doctors, they're lawyers. They would help me out in X, Y, and Z, this and the third. And then, lo and behold, look at the people responsible for that shit. And I don't know if you heard, but what this guy showed was that the people that are responsible for Nolan
starting fights
death,
all the way up until 7.
the people that were responsible for Nolan Wells' death, they were kids of lawyers, doctors, and stuff like that.
We're starting an investigation right away. Plenty of time to deactivate all the social media, to mention these little parents are judges, doctors, and other high-ranking members of the community.
Exactly. So these are the people that you're trusting, people that that have power and abuse their power. All right. 1 Peter 5 verse 8 Slakia, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And very clearly he sees that I can just talk nicely, and these dumbass sheikhs are gonna go and eat all this shit up. And look at what they do. They do take it. They take the bait, and then Jake ends up freaking hashtag as always. So with that, brothers and sisters, I'm going to give all honor. Slaki. In conclusion, let me say the conclusion. If the Lord blesses you with the forthwith and the understanding to know that these devils do not have your best interest at heart, it's clearly not a safe place to be. Like you should stay away from these people. Like, you're trying to associate with people that are. It's not even just about being around. Don't only be around so-called black people. That's not even the thing. It's just a matter of understanding in general, like, dangers, and stop trying to tempt YAHAWAH and saying, "Oh, the Lord will protect me. The Lord won't allow something bad to happen." That's not how shit works. All right. If you go into thinking like that, it's like saying, "I'm gonna go to a fucking cartel base or whatever the fuck, and I'm just gonna trust that YAHAWAH is gonna protect me." No, you're fucking stupid. And genuinely, whatever happens to you, you just deserve it. All right, that's just how stupid it is. So you really have to take the time to be like, okay, let me take a step back, let me stop, rather than just being some dumbass or whatever. All right, so with that, I pray this was lit up on all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawadah, Shem Yahawashi, Shem Kwakadash, the one is the others, and the boss is great, no son of Allah, Shalom.